Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 19 of Walking with Jay. I'm out here again doing my walk. Why? Because I've missed a day or two. Actually, I didn't miss a day of walking yesterday. I walked for about 30 minutes or so with a client of mine at work, and then I was just so exhausted last night that I didn't really have the energy to do an episode of Walking with Jay. Sunday I was super exhausted too. But I'm back at it today. I woke up this morning with feeling like I might have to call in sick to work. Didn't know for sure if I was going to have to do that or not, because a depression kind of came on me Sunday, and it lasted pretty much through Monday. Sunday was about a level on a scale I don't know how to scale it for you, but it was kind of depressed, and then by the time Monday was done, I was just so exhausted and depressed that I didn't know if I'd be able to go into work on today, which is Tuesday. So, but I figured out how to get there, and I figured out how to I didn't really figure anything out. I just chose to do it, chose to get in there and get to work today. And I'm glad I did, because as the day progressed, I started feeling better and better. And so I'm glad to be out here walking tonight, because walking is good for me and talking is good for me. And I'm hoping, honestly, that this show will provide value to someone else other than myself. And so that's why I do it. I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about the value of having a good support network. And just how important it is also to be someone else's support network, in someone else's support network. I have a lot of friends on Facebook and a lot of people that I've gotten to know over the years, and I'm just super thankful for the people that I have in my life, because I always have tons of people when I'm feeling down, or when I make a report on Facebook that I'm feeling kind of low or that I'm struggling. I always have people there to give me encouragement, and I think encouragement is just such a gift. I try to be a guy who encourages other people, and someone who has encouraging things to say to other people. Sometimes I have a hard time with it. A lot of times when you're feeling low yourself, it's hard to really encourage other people. But hey, we all do the best we can. So I think I talk a lot about bipolar disorder, and I feel sometimes that I don't know, it's still kind of awkward for me to talk about. I try to talk pretty openly about my bipolar disorder, because some people might think that my bipolar disorder is an excuse that I have for whatever, for not making $70,000 a year or whatever, but or for not being in good physical shape or whatever. And I try not to use that as an excuse so much. I just, gosh, it gets kind of it's kind of tough to even talk today, honestly. So I don't know how much talking I'm going to be able to do today on this walk and talk with Jay. know, it's okay. This is just what it is, you know. I came out of a pretty deep depression yesterday. Not the worst it's ever been, but it hit me really quickly and kind of out of the blue. I went to Las Vegas on Saturday and hung out with my brother, and it was a good time. We had a good dinner. We wrote a song. But by the time I got back on Sunday, I was just exhausted because I only got like 4 hours of sleep. And so that's never a good sign for me. And then Monday I tried to cut my carbs way back because my blood sugar was high, because I messed up over the weekend eating a lot of sugar and stuff and a lot of carbs. And so it's just kind of a perfect cocktail maybe for depression for me, but it hit me hard, and it hasn't hit me that hard in a long time. You just start feeling like one of the feelings you get, for me, it's just like a sense of worthlessness, a sense of hopelessness, just feeling like there's not much meaning and purpose to anything, and it's really dark, and it was just not a good feeling. I didn't like it at all. I got home from work yesterday and I just told my wife, Stacy, that I just have to go to bed, because it was just that overwhelming to me. And sometimes you got to take a nap, you know. So I took about a 2-hour nap, and then I wasn't able to go to sleep until midnight or so, and then I woke up around 4 o'clock. So I got sketchy sleep last night, and but I did total, you know, if I added my nap and the broken up sleep that I did get, I probably got about 7 hours. So it's way better than 4, and I do feel a lot better today. So there's that. Whew. Anywho, but I talk a lot about bipolar disorder. Number one, I want to raise awareness of what bipolar is a little bit, but I think bipolar is so different for everybody that it's hard to really raise awareness in a general sense on what bipolar is based on my symptoms or based on my experience of it. But I don't know. But so not only I do want to raise awareness, but I also am in search of a cure for bipolar disorder. You know, I want there to be ways to man, I'm telling you, I'm just not feeling it tonight. But I want there to be ways to overcome bipolar disorder, and to that end, I'm searching for those answers, you know, as I go along. I don't know. I guess I'm just searching for what's going to make me feel well, and if I can find out what makes me feel well and stay balanced, then maybe someone else can model that for themselves. But so much of it is individualized, you know, and I definitely know that I don't have the worst case of bipolar disorder there ever was, for sure. So how much of it is transferable to other people, I don't even know. The bottom line is I have to be well and get well in order to help anybody with anything. And so it's part of my job to help other people. And so that's what I get paid for. So in the process, I also get paid to take care of myself. So I don't know. It's just my journey. It's my story. It's where I'm going, you know. So I'm hoping that it would benefit other people. Anyway, thank you for sticking with me tonight. This is probably kind of a boring one, but probably most of mine are boring. See, I get a lot of self-doubt and self-criticism going when I'm feeling depressed. I know that. So, I don't know. Anyways, what else you guys want to talk about? What else do we want to talk about? Life is hard. Life is challenging. But yeah, I have so many people who care for me and who pray for me and lift me up, and there are people that are having a harder time with life than I am right now that are praying for me, and I try to reciprocate that too. Every time someone asks for prayers on Facebook or whatever, I just use that as an opportunity to pray just right then and there for them, you know. And I'm not trying to present myself as a super spiritual guy, because I don't know if I could even claim that, but I know that God loves me, and I know that God loves you, and that there's a reason for the hard things that we go through in this life, and someday we'll all understand what those reasons are. I hope. Anyway, so probably not going to do too long of an episode tonight. It might make 20, I don't know. But I don't know. I want to just keep going in life. My goal, I don't really have any solid goals right now, you know. I got discouraged and didn't even want to do walking with Jay anymore, but because I started having some self-doubt about the value of what I'm doing here, and I honestly don't even know why I'm doing this walking with Jay. I don't know. Maybe it's a way to keep myself motivated to keep walking every day, which would be a good thing. Keep my weight from escalating. If not, drop a few pounds, that'd be nice. Just having a struggle right now, you know, struggle thinking clearly. And that was the hardest thing yesterday, because I've been so energetic lately and having so much just enthusiasm and energy, and wanting to work really hard and stay busy and produce content and to interact with people. But yesterday I couldn't even think straight, you know. I was at work and I couldn't even think straight, and it's just very disappointing and very frustrating when that happens. And it makes me fear that it's going to be a long scoop of depression, you know, without clarity of thought or clarity of vision and direction. And it just makes me want to just kind of, I don't know, fall back inside of myself. So, all right, well, enough about me. I think sometimes that I can get a little too introspective on things, and maybe that's as I try to examine my faults and my weaknesses and this, that, and the other thing, maybe that's kind of something that keeps me depressed or keeps me low. I don't know. We'll see. So what else do I want to talk about? Oh, I've just got some stuff I want to figure out. I want to be able to make videos that are more succinct. This live walking with Jay thing is really cool for me, because I get to walk and I get to practice talking and thinking out loud and thinking on my feet and trying to put together and trying to put together thoughts, you know, that are coherent on the fly. And so I think that's really good for me. But I also want to start working on making some content that is a little more refined, you know, and more direct and more polished, if you will. And so I want to start learning how to do all of that. Filmmaking has always been something that I've been interested in ever since I was a little kid. Tony Whitaker and I, Mike Turley, Sean Hunt. There's a lot of good neighborhood kids that I used to work with. We wanted to put together this movie called Pirates of the Sky growing up, and spent so much time thinking about how to make that movie. It was a lot of fun. I wish we could have made some of that as a reality, but we really didn't have the funding and didn't have the know-how too much of how to make it happen. Well, I'll tell you what, kids nowadays, if we had the equipment that we would have access to now, we'd be making all kinds of stuff back then with that youthful enthusiasm and nothing to do for a couple of summers. So, I don't know. Now a lot of it's just a matter of timing. Am I able to take the time to learn computer programs and graphics programs and things like that? And I don't know if I have that kind of time. Working a full job and trying to keep the house from falling down around us. Takes some work. Anyway, boy, I'm just not feeling it tonight. But my commitment is to continue to recording the whole process of it, whether I'm feeling up and energetic and full of thoughts and ideas, or if I'm feeling down and discouraged and full of repetition of whatever. So my goal today is just to get this done and posted and have another episode of Walking with Jay and just kind of make it happen. Episode 19. I'm getting there. I don't know what episode 365 is going to look like. Hopefully I'm not as chubby in the cheeks as I am now. Look at those cheeks. Oh my gosh. Just kidding. I love my chubby cheeks. I earned those chubby cheeks. So, all right. Listen to how out of breath I still am. Been doing this for 20 days and I'm still freaking out of breath. It is what it is. I sure do love you guys, and I thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you get some kind of value out of it. To my kids, I love you. To my wife, I love you dearly. To all my nephews and nieces who call me Uncle Jay or Uncle Diz, whichever they prefer, I love you guys, and I just want you all to know that it is possible to live a meaningful and productive life, no matter what affliction you have. You know, some of us have anxiety disorders, some of us have, just different things. It could be autism, could be, who knows, but I just want everybody to do the best you can and just keep loving one another. That's the most important things, guys. If you love each other and if you're tender-hearted and you forgive each other, man, there's nothing that you can't overcome in this world if you're willing to be kind to people and if you're willing to just to be love in the world. So I'm a Christian, so I believe in trying to live how Christ would want me to live, and that's kind of the model that I come from. So I do love you all, and I want what's best for you. And if you ever needed to talk, hit me up on Facebook or Twitter or all those things. I don't even know my handle on Twitter or any of that stuff, so just still feel like I'm a brand new baby on all this social media stuff, so I'll figure it all out. If you get any value out of these episodes, please subscribe and like, share some comments, encourage your brother, and encourage each other. So I love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great night. God bless.